one of the things that I find myself doing when I'm, let's say the painting is really starting to develop, and it's really gaining a sense of presence. And I want to honor that and nurture it and bring it to wholeness in its terms. So then, but I can see it's not quite there yet. So then it becomes a question of what's the smallest move to make that will strengthen the situation.
That's
because
great.
I'm not trying to reinvent it. I want to just make small moves to honor the situation and strengthen it. Say, oh, that, oh, and then, but they often just keep going for quite a long time. And could be that I made enough of them that I feel like, oh, it's really there. And then I'll come back the next day after my mind and sensibility has adjusted. It's like, oh, not quite. And so the end game can be for a while that way until it feels fairly whole. And time goes by, a day or two, a week, another week, and it's like, I'm looking at it and it's like, oh, it's not calling for anything more. And it's presenting itself in its wholeness. And it's like, okay, there it is.
Yeah, the smallest move. That's good.
The small, yeah, look for the smallest move. And sometimes they're not that small. You know, I mean, a small move, but it could be like, oh, that whole area needs some real, you know, I broke into over there. I need to break into that. Okay. You know, so it could still be like, oh, something's going on here, but oh, so much has to happen there. And when it's like that, I mean, you can't really protect areas as you work, even if we can see, oh, something is arriving. If we work with timidity because we're trying to protect an area, that'll show up. So there's a difference between honoring and being skittish and protecting it. Like, I don't want to damage it. That's different than I want to nurture it and bring it to wholeness. I keep checking to make sure that the feed is working. It's not that we're on.